Tommy Egan, Tommy Patrick Egan, him and Shanti, they've been linking up lately. And this is an unexpected link up. Now, we've seen them starting to get closer and closer with each other because it's starting to turn out that they have a common enemy or a common denominator, which is about to be turning out to be Jenard. Now, after he had contacted Shanti to come help clean up Claudia, these two, she's been giving him information and he's been making sure that she is connected and has all the utensils to be successful in life. Now, I've been giving Tommy a hard time, but this is Tommy's story, so we got to tell it from Tommy's perspective. And one thing about Tommy, we know that Tommy, if he's capable, if he's able, Tommy will definitely look out for you. I know a lot of people be coming in the chat, and I know a lot of people been talking about Tommy. He ain't been ish. Tommy ain't been holding it down. But let me tell you something. If Tommy is able to help you do something, Tommy is going to make sure that you are thriving in the game. And right now, Shanti, you scratch his back, he'll scratch your back a little bit. So him and Shanti, right now, they about to turn into, I was going to say Shaq and Kobe, but she ain't really like that. So I'm going to say Kobe and Derek Fisher. That's what they turning into, Kobe and Derek Fisher. I'll let you decide who's Kobe and who's Fish. But they stacking it up. And we find out that Elise actually took the $1 million and left, but her mom still had the club. And now Shanti came in there and took that motherfucker. So now the club is wide open. Shanti's running the club. Tommy is bringing the dope. What else do we need? This is also getting her closer and closer to Che. Now, she is mad at Jenard because of the whole Che situation and not knowing. So she's starting to tell Tommy everything. And Tommy does get that text about the emergency coalition meeting in 15 minutes. Now, this is a dope game. When you go to work, we are all in the office. Hey, yo, we got a meeting in 15. All right, I'll be there. If you can't be there in 15, you just show up when you get there. But this is the dope game. We can't have an emergency coalition meeting in 15 minutes. What if I'm out serving something? What if I'm out, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is an emergency. Well, all right, give us like 30 minutes. So he gets the text from Diamond, but him and Shanti continue to talk. And Peter also texts Tommy. So right now, Tommy got 3 things going on. Technically 4 things going on at the moment that he needs to be worried about. 2 are very urgent. Technically 3. So at the moment, 4 situations, 2 urgent, 3 current. Mireya, she's probably in the bed, pregnant, just sleeping, farting around because we know she ain't going back to work no more. Shanti giving her the drugs to go take to the club. Peter talking about, hey, nigga, I need help because the goddamn clubs have been overran and the coalition got a motherfucking meeting in 15. So Tommy's got to be running around the city. We've not once seen Tommy get gas for his car. So I don't know if Tommy has his own like little gas can in his trunk, but Tommy is on the move. One thing we know about Tommy, he's going to put miles on that motherfucking Mustang. Exactly, behaves. Yeah, we got a coalition meeting in 15 minutes. 15 minutes? Nigga, I live 20 minutes from the warehouse. What you mean a 15 minutes? What's the emergency? What's the emergency? But Peter also hits him up. So Tommy's got to make laps around the city. And I will say this. I'm lazy. I'm very, very lazy today. I parked my car in the garage. Y'all know I hate spending money. I'm not moving my car out the garage. I'm not doing anything this weekend. My car is going to sit in that garage till Monday. Then Monday, I'm going to get up and go do everything I got to do because I got to take care of everything by Tuesday because the Germans are shut down. Their Christmas is on the 24th, and they just have the whole week off after that. So it's all kinds of wild shit. So I got to wait till like next Monday for anything to really open up. But that's neither here nor there. Tommy puts a lot of miles and uses a lot of gas in his car. I fill up once a month and I'm good because all I do is drive to work and back unless I got something to do. This nigga Tommy all over the city. So Tommy goes and he got to meet up with Peter right now. Exactly, David. That's exactly what I was about to say. I would have told Peter, hey, Peter, I'm gonna hit you up, but I gotta go do something. Give me like an hour and I'll be over there. I would have went to the coalition meeting because you're supposed to be the head of the coalition, but he goes and meets up with Peter. He's not making any money with Peter. Remember, they gave the clubs, well, the bars to Peter. They're not making any money. Peter, the Albanians, they're running their own operation through this stuff. Yeah, Tommy's supplying them, but unless they're dropping off money, there's no reason for us to communicate. But when he gets there, Peter's like, man, what the fuck, Tommy? Somebody came into the pub and they shot up everything. You didn't tell us you didn't own the pubs, Tommy? What kind of shit is that, Tommy? We thought we had a deal here. If you keep fucking around like this, then Tommy, we can't do a deal with you because it's just too fucking dangerous here. And you said we was gonna be very, very safe. But we're not safe here, Tommy. This is some fucking bullshit, Tommy. So Tommy's like, what do you mean? Maybe somebody they just did a little smash and grab. No, fucking Tommy, I'm telling you, it wasn't a fucking smash and grab, Tommy. If it was a smash and grab, they would have smashed something and grabbed something, Tommy. They didn't smash anything. They didn't grab anything. They killed 4 of my men, Tommy. What do you mean to smash and grab, Tommy? Whose building was this? Who did you give this building to from us? Huh? Tommy, talk to me, Tommy. You said we're going to do deal. The Albanians are here, but you get a lot of my men knocked off, Tommy. What do you do? What do you do, Tommy? You're not telling me the whole story, Tommy. You want the coalition to be involved in this? I could go talk to the coalition. I'm not going to continue to buy the dope from you, Tommy. If you're not gonna be honest with me and tell me fair stuff and tell me who did what, then Tommy, I can't do business with you. I lost 4 of my good men. Old man got his teeth smashed on the bar. I don't know, Tommy. If we can continue to keep up with this, the fucking Albanians, man. When I call the motherland, I tell them we get a new pub, and now we get the new pub, but we get robbed the very first day, Tommy. Whose pub is this, Tommy? Tommy's like, all right, look, I'm gonna get things situated. No, see, Tommy, that's not good enough. I need some guarantees here. I need dope to be moved down from 28 a key to, let's say, 25 a key. I could do 25 a key until you get this whole thing situated, Tommy. Tommy's like, oh, fuck that. Look, all right, we're gonna be on to it today. And Peter, you ain't even gotta worry about it, all right? We're gonna make sure that everybody is all right. Yeah, Peter's a part of the coalition, but they're not officially part of the coalition. Remember, you have the coalition, and then you have Tommy. Tommy, remember, Tommy made a deal with the Serbs on his own. Tommy made a deal with the Albanians on his own. And Tommy made a deal with Asher on his own. So the coalition is here. The Serbs, the Albanians, and Asher's crew, they're outside the coalition, but they're associates. You know what I mean? These are deals that Tommy made on his own. Remember, he came to the Serbs, he gave the Serbs their own dope because Mirkovic was gone, but they weren't part of the coalition. He just gave them dope for them to help him out whenever he needs that assistance to go at potentially Miguel or Marquez cartel. Then with the Albanians, what he promised to give them the bars and give them the dope for 28,000. Because remember, they're not part of the coalition. They're independent, but they were getting their dope from Miguel. But in order to get them to start buying from Tommy for 28, he gave up Vic's pubs. That's why Vic is trying to get the pubs back. So the Albanians, they're not part of the coalition. They're buying the dope from the coalition. You see what I'm saying? But they're in an alliance with Tommy, not the actual coalition. So Tommy, when they doing all that shit talking about, oh, the coalition is voting and he's the coalition, he's making outside deals. He's making all these. Remember, he took his own bricks to give to the Serbs. After Mirkovic died, he went over there with his hands up and he was like, here's a peace offering. So he gave them dope just so they would start buying from the coalition because Tommy's getting the work from Che. But the coalition, None of the coalition actually has any big dogs. The coalition is just selling drugs to street level. Tommy is the only one that's wholesaling. When Tommy gets the bricks from Che, they break the bricks down. Well, this is how the hierarchy goes. You got Che here, then you got Tommy, and now you got Diamond. And what they do is they bring the bricks to the coalition and they give it to the coalition for a good price because they all work together. But then the coalition, they just sell it at the street level. They're not selling bricks to anybody else because they're the biggest crews. No one else can buy bricks besides the Marquez cartel and the Insane Princesses. But all of them got their own plugs. So the Albanians and the Serbs were independent, and that's where Tommy came in. But that deal is through Tommy. That deal isn't someone in the coalition selling it to him. That's an independent deal that Tommy has going on. Similar to what Jenard and them are trying to do when it comes to that fentanyl and using the Yardie territory. But they're voting on it now, and what they're going to do is play fair. Instead of them getting the bricks and then selling it to the coalition for the coalition to break it down, the coalition is voting whatever bricks they buy, they're going to buy it in wholesale and divide it up amongst the coalition. See, Tommy isn't getting it from Che and then giving it to the whole coalition evenly. Tommy's getting it from Che and then selling it to the coalition. So Tommy is really skimming off the top. But what they're doing with the fentanyl is they are voting on it. So when they go buy from, let's say they go to Wu and they buy 10 bricks. So amongst the coalition, let's just say it's 10 groups in there. Everybody's going to get one brick of fentanyl, which you can step on and make 3 or 4. But Tommy's not doing that. Tommy's doing some sightsy shit and he's doing his own thing. He's getting the bricks from Che and he's giving bricks and shit to goddamn the Serbs, to the motherfucking Albanians. And then whatever's left, he gives to the coalition to buy. You see what I'm saying? Tommy's actually fucking the coalition over. Yeah, like if you really start breaking it down, Tommy's fucking the coalition over. The coalition isn't even. The coalition is just a peace treaty amongst motherfuckers that work up under Tommy. Because Tommy's getting it from Che, and then he's breaking it down to whatever he's going to move to these people, and then he's taking some of that cut and he's going to the Serbs and Albanians to sell on his own. You see what I'm saying? So it's the coalition, the independents, and then the cartel groups. Tommy ain't he. I mean, it's business, but I don't know. It just, that's how I'm interpreting it. I mean, that's what they're actually showing us. Because the coalition ain't fucking with the Serbs. Diamond ain't fucking with the Serbs. Diamond ain't fucking with the Albanians. All of this shit is going through Tommy. You see what I'm saying? When this whole thing with Peter went down, what did Tommy say? I got a call from Peter. We about to jump right into it. So Peter's like, man, I need help. Who the fuck did you get these bars from? So when he goes and talks to him, that's what he tells Diamond. He said, I couldn't show up to the meeting. Why you couldn't show up to the meeting? I got a phone call from Peter. I am the coalition. So Tommy is showing you who he is. Tommy thinks he's bigger than the program. So when he shows up, he's like, what? An emergency coalition? He's like, we voted on it. And what's the first thing Tommy said? Tommy said, I'm the coalition. Like, no, nigga, the coalition is the coalition. Well, I got a call from Peter, and he's saying the pubs and everything got tore up. Well, who does Vic work for? Vic don't work for the coalition. Vic don't work for Diamond. He won't even tell Diamond what plan he has with Vic. You remember after they met Che? What did he do? He contacted Vic to go and talk to Stacy Marks to set up them to get Claudia to come to the house. Remember? He didn't tell Diamond the plan. So everything that Tommy is doing as far as like Vic, the Serbs, the Albanians, it don't have anything to do with the coalition. It's just Tommy doing some wild shit on his own. So he comes over here. I got a call from Peter. The bars are shit. I am the coalition. So he's going off and everybody's sitting around. We know Jenard's over here talking his shit, but Tommy is mad because things ain't going his way. Tommy wants full control of shit. He's like, man, what? All right, y'all had an emergency. Y'all got fentanyl? He's like, yeah, man, we voted on it. That was your rules, Tommy. You said we got to come together, right? But what Tommy starts to notice is Jenard, well, when Shanti is mentioned, he kind of freezes up. He kind of starts to stutter. Yeah. What you mean the Fenty? She don't like the Fenty? Yeah. So Tommy, he's observant and he sees what's going on here. So after that, Tommy starts to talk to Diamond, and he's trying to see and get a feeler of what's really going on. He's like, man, you went behind my back with that fentanyl. Diamond's like, man, we had the opportunity. We had the opportunity and we seized it. Sometimes you gotta hop on the opportunity, man. If it's there, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You can't sit back and complain, man. You can't be listening to what the hell goddamn Tommy's talking about. Yeah, well, it is what it is. It is what it is, cause we trying to figure out what the hell's next. Tommy upset too, ain't he? Tommy is upset. Man, you can't go behind my back like that. But look, I think I think our snitch is running wild around here. So he's talking about Vic, obviously, and he's saying maybe Vic is the one that ran up in the spot, and that's when they tell Jenard that you need to go and talk to Vic and keep an eye on him. Now, Jenard, he takes his shots, and eventually we're going to see these two clash. But as of right now, it's just taking shots. It's just like, it's just if you remember, does anybody remember my brother and me? Alfie, can you teach me how to dance? How I forgot what the little brother's name was. How him and Goo used to go at it all the time. Goo punch, come on, come on. So they tell Jenard to go and watch old boy Vic. Tommy shows up to talk to Shanti. Now we know that they getting close, and when they get there, he's like, "Hey." After peeping what was going on, he says, "Hey, Jenard. He's selling that fentanyl, right?" She's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, that fentanyl. He's selling that fentanyl." She's like, "Hell no, I ain't know that. I ain't know that." So she starts flipping out. So Tommy is using Jenard's weakness for his advantage. So Tommy is the one that's putting it in her ear that Jenard is moving that fentanyl. But once he says this, he knew that this was going to trigger her in some form or fashion because he's seen how Jenard was reacting when her name was brought up. Well, now he finds out that Jenard was on that shit. Now, we always know that Jenard was sweating and shit. We like, damn, look at this nigga Jenard. Once a junkie, always a junkie. But now Tommy knows that Jenard is a junkie. Now, where this can lead us, it can lead us down a lot of paths. So Tommy, he's starting to map things out. And this is where the plan comes into play. Now, we know that Jenard had his little incident. Well, Tommy, me and Kendall were watching this live together, and we were piecing it together in real time what was going on. After Tommy finds out that Jenard was a user, he starts to put a plan in play. So when he shows back up, he needs to go and talk to Stacy first. But he's thinking in the back of his head, I'm gonna get this nigga Jenard one way or another. So when he pulls up on Stacy, she's out drinking. She's stressed. But guess what? This guy, our hero, Tommy don't give a fuck if you stressed. Tommy don't give a fuck if you're blessed. Tommy don't give a fuck if you're undressed. Tommy don't give a fuck. Unless you're useless, then Tommy, you got to get rid of you. But he tells Stacy straight up, listen, all my cases I'm bringing directly to you. Anything I have, a parking ticket, I'm bringing it to you. A hangnail, I'm bringing it to you. A body, I'm bringing it to you. A robbery, I'm bringing it to you. Now, Stacy Marks, she's definitely not trying to do this. No one's trying to do this. No one wants to work directly for Tommy Egan. But hell, I mean, shit. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to do the job. We all know what's the saying. You got to play the role. You got to play the game. When you go to work, you might not be smiling in everybody's face. But shit, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. So Stacy sitting there, she got the rollie on her arm, and Tommy leaves her a crisp $100 bill, tells her you were the employee of the month. I wish I was the employee of the month. I used to be the employee of the month. I used to be the employee of the week a lot. Back in my younger days, oh man, I used to tear shit up, man. So now Stacy Marks, she's pissed because she got to do everything. Now, back to Tommy putting that plan together. Tommy finds time in his busy day to go back home. Now, I don't have any kids, but I can just imagine a moment like this. Me, my baby mother, and we're just in the living room, enjoying each other's company, joking around, looking at our little baby picture. Oh, look, it's a head. It's another head. It's triplets. Coming up with baby names. You know, even when you're in the dope game, you can always take a step away from the game and just come to a realization that life is bigger than ounces and bricks, quarters and halves. Life is about living. Life is about giving more life. These two lovebirds are in here, even though Tommy has a busy schedule, even though Tommy was just bribing the potential mayor of Chicago, he still has time to come home and talk to his baby mother. And this is just beautiful. This is just beautiful. They're going to name the baby Jamie Patrick Egan Garcia. Well, nothing really comes out of this. This is really a pointless scene, but he went home and did that. Now, the plan is in full play at this point. The play is in full play. Oh man, I'm yawning and stuff. Come on, Mo, wake up, man. We gotta finish the story. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tommy has a plan. He goes and talks to Jenard, but what he's doing is dropping off drugs. Now he talked to our girl Shanti, and Shanti said, "Yeah, that nigga Jenard be on that shit. That's Miss Act." So what Tommy do is give him drugs and tells him that you need to go drop this off to Shanti. Now this was not a part of the play. This is not a part of the day because remember, Shanti and Jenard, not Shanti and Jenard, Shanti and Tommy had met up this morning, and when they met up this morning, they were counting the dough and they were separating the bricks, so they could have handled that then. But what Tommy is doing is making this enticing. He left the bag open a little bit just so Jenard could potentially look in there and that itch get the, you know what I'm saying? That itch get the itching. But he tells Jenard, you need to go drop this dope off. And we know what happens with Jenard from there. We know what happens with Jenard from there. Jenard has his little incident because Tommy was the one that set it up. Tommy sent old girl and the dope to go and play in this man's face. And we see Tommy talking to her after the whole she jumped Jenard and then she came out here. And Tommy's like, hey man, thank you for that. How much money do you guys think Tommy gave? How much money do you guys think Tommy gave her? If Tommy gave the artist 25,000, how much are we suspecting that Tommy gave her in that bag right there? A 20 piece, 10 piece, 15? I'm thinking maybe at least a 20. Maybe a dub. Now, This is Tommy's story. I want to make this crystal clear. This is Tommy's story. So when she said, is there anything I could do for you? This is Tommy's story. Yeah, actually, there is something you could do for me. I mean, I got probably about. I can make it. I can make it 30 minutes. We can cut it to 20. Yeah, if I could just borrow you for. Yeah, we could do like 14. We could do 14 minutes. You got 14 minutes of free time. Yeah, because I ain't really got to be nowhere for a coalition meeting. We don't have them at nighttime, so we could. Yeah, you said the VIP room is. You said the VIP room is that way. I'm like a little tired. Uh, oh yeah. You said the VIP room is that way. Bartender. Make it 12 minutes. You good for 12? Yeah, I just want to talk. I just hold on. Yeah, yeah. I just want to talk to you for a second. Yeah. No. So you said in the VIP room when we go back there, I did just give you 2,000. So out that 2,000, let's just what I'm saying. I just put like extra 200 on top of that. You cool with that or? Oh, come on! You trying to bust my balls here, man? Look, all right. This is what we can do. You got that 2,000. Um, I give you 500 on top of that, and then we just go back there and talk. No. Can't nobody hear us. Like I got the camera covered up, so they ain't gonna know. And I definitely don't want this to get back to my baby mama. No. Yeah. We okay. Cool. So we do 500 on top of that, and that'll cover the VIP too. Okay. So, well, I'm looking at the clock because I did say 14 at first, then 12. So we're probably down to like 8 now. So what if I come back tomorrow? Like, will you be here during lunchtime? Yeah, because well, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. If you take a late lunch, let's say 11:30, because the last coalition meet we had is probably like 10:15 to probably about 10:45. So I could probably make it back this side of town. So what we'll do, instead of the whole 500, I'll do 200 now, and then we can do the other installment of 300 after, like tomorrow when I get here. No. Yeah. It's all good. My baby mama won't even know. She's at the house half the time. She ain't got no job. I think they fired her. I'm not for sure, but yeah. No. We're good. Yeah, reserve the VIP room and put the name on there as Casper. Yeah, the white ghost. Yeah. Put my name as Casper on there. I don't want people to know I'm up in this motherfucker. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm see you tomorrow. Hey, don't be bullshitting. I don't want to have to hunt my motherfucking money down. You must have not heard what happened to this motherfucker named Holly. Nah, I'm just bullshitting. Y'all just bullshit. I'm bullshit. I'm like, hey, girl, chill. I'm bullshit, man. I don't know no Holly, man. I don't know no Holly. That's a bullshit. But no. Oh, real talk. I'll be back tomorrow though. But just put the name down as Casper. Nah, you cool people. But hey, thank you for what you did tonight. You know what I mean? You really did hold it down. Oh, no. The roommate for me. I'm sending somebody else over. I'm setting another nigga up. See, the whole time, everybody thought I was setting something up for Tommy. I'm trying to set somebody else up. I'm about to send the motherfucking diamond through. You see what I'm saying? Y'all thought I was setting it up for me. No, that's not what Tommy Egan does. I was setting it up for somebody else. I was setting it up for Diamond to fall into the trap. Yeah, they thought I was setting it up for Tommy. No. All right, so we dropped off 2 bands. I'm gonna say it's probably about 5. Tommy is generous when it comes to the women, so it's probably about 5 bands. But Tommy set it up. So Tommy had the girl go over there because he wasn't able to turn down. He wasn't able to turn down the drugs, and he definitely wasn't able to turn down a woman. And that's what opened up Shanti to realize that Diamond ain't shit, and he got them separate. You know what I mean? Divide and conquer. As long as you know me, Eric, I'm always gonna make it make sense, brother. I'm always gonna make it make sense. Just follow me. Don't overthink it. Just follow me, guys. It may seem like we off the rails and down the hill and in the ditch, but just follow me. We're gonna get back on track at some point. We're gonna get back on track at some point. It's gonna make sense. We talking about Tommy right now, and Tommy goes back to Shanti, and she's upset. So what does he get her to do? She starts to spill the beans. How the fuck did he do this to me? You know, D Mac was supposed to die by the hands of Diamond and Jenard. They set him up, and they wanted to keep their hands clean. I said, "Oh my goodness." We've all been waiting to find out when Shanti or anybody was going to tell what the hell was supposed to happen to D Mac, and it just happened to be Shanti. I ain't never met nobody this salty in their life. She mad that this nigga Jenard went and got some cutty, but guess what? Tommy don't give a fuck. All Tommy has is rage in his eyes now. He's like, what? They tried to kill my nephew? Not nephew. So Tommy races right on over to the barbershop. And this is where we get to scrap it. Tommy gets down there. What the fuck, man? What up, Joshua? Thank you for that 499. Do I think Tommy and Diamond squash the beef and get back on the same page? So that's what I've been thinking. I definitely think that they'll eventually get to that point where Diamond is going to realize that Jenard is playing him. That's what it's going to take. He's going to realize because right now, what we're going into, Tommy's about to expose that Jenard is back on that shit. But remember, Diamond says, nah, he's clean. But that's when Tommy says, no, that shit you were on tonight was because of me. So Jenard was like, you set me up. And Diamond's realizing that his brother is back on that shit. So now this fight happens. All right. You can take this fight however you guys want it. This is Tommy's perspective. So Tommy is getting some good ass hits in because he pushes Diamond. Diamond got some drink in him. Boom, bow, boom, bow. But before all of this even happened, he tells him, D-Mac, they tried to kill you. Oh, come on. They tried to kill. He's like, yeah, these bitch ass niggas. And then they get to rumbling. Boom, 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 boom. Tommy does get slammed through a table. The table don't break like WWE, but still nonetheless. If the table don't break, that means it's a motherfucking hard ass table on your motherfucking back. Yeah. So Tommy hit the ground and they get to going at it. Tommy is trying to run, but Tommy got some kicks in. Tommy got some punches in. But Tommy also got slammed against the wall. And Tommy got pulled back into the fight 2 times. Now, I ain't never ran from a nigga, and I damn sure ain't about to pick the day to start running. That's what I learned from Players Circle featuring Lil Wayne, Duffel Bag Boy. You know what I'm saying? Go and get your money, little Duffel Bag Boy. But Tommy was trying to get up out of there like the little gingerbread man. But he was fighting a little bit. He was trying to fight. He thought that he was going to be able to jump on his back and choke him out. But you got to get that up under the chin. And if you ever getting choked out, you just got to get your chin down to your chest as close as possible so they can't get up under there and actually choke you out. Y'all forgot I used to wrestle when I was in high school, so I know a little something. I wasn't the best, but shit, I could hold my own. Tommy was over here kicking. Bow. Tommy was throwing them punches. He was trying to survive. He did his thing. But some people say he won, but I don't know, man. I couldn't really tell because he got more punches landed, but he wasn't really doing as much damage, man. He wasn't doing as much damage because at the end of the night, Tommy's like, fuck CBI. You ain't in CBI no more. And everyone's looking, but Tommy don't give a damn because when you losing like that, you blurting out whatever. You don't think about it. You just say whatever you feel is disrespectful. You ain't in CBI. I'm a real nigga. My dick's bigger than yours. You saying whatever you can to try to piss them off and make your ego feel inflated because them bruises, oh, let me tell you, them bruises ain't no motherfucking joke. I got a bruise on my lower back, on the bottom right up under my birthmark that never went away when I got jumped that night, man. I'm telling you, they kicked the shit out of me. I'm glad I ain't get a motherfucking mark on my face where they kicked me in the head, but goddamn, it was going down in this basement. Boom, 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 boom. So right now, we're probably going to see if D-Mac and Marshall are going to change sides. But this fight went down, and shit, whoever you want to say won. But this is Tommy's story, and Tommy won this motherfucker. He was trying to run out of there and get that motherfucking gun because when Jenard and them was in there, you didn't know if they were going to jump you or not. You didn't know what was happening. You just knew that you needed to fight to survive. And guess what Tommy was thinking?
Let me tell you something. Go home and get the gun. Damn! Go home! Run! Run!
Tommy tried to get out of there a second time.
Let me tell you something. Go home and get the gun. Damn! Go home! Run! Run!
Because if they would have let them fight any longer,
some of them going to sleep. For God!
Tommy may have not made it out of here, man. I'm just going to be honest. Tommy was getting some punches in, but if they would have let this go on anymore,
Let me tell you something. Go home and get the gun. Damn! Go home! Run! Run!
Well, they let Tommy up out of here. He's no longer CBI anymore. But to answer your question, Joshua, I do believe that they'll get back on the same page once they realize that Jenard was the one that's playing everybody. Well, Tommy, he limps his way up out of there, and he meets up with Stacy Marks. Now, remember, Stacy Marks is an assistant U.S. attorney of the Chicago district. She has a gun on her lower thigh. Now, remember, she's a lawyer. She's not an officer. She can't arrest nobody. She's not authorized to walk around with a gun. And she decides to meet up with Tommy Egan by herself. Now, Tommy had just got his ass whooped on. He's over here limping. And when he gets here, she's talking mad shit. But this is Tommy's story. So I'm going to tell you exactly. This is a true story. This is exactly what Tommy Egan heard. So Tommy is out here with Stacy. And they sitting there and they have a standoff. They got a face off. And he's trying to wonder what the fuck. She's talking about, you're late, Tommy. But it's kind of ringing in his ears. And he's like, man, what the hell is she talking about? Tommy didn't understand a motherfucking word she was saying until, you're under arrest. And Tommy turned into Tommy. Bow! Bow! Look, she had the gun all the way down here. She couldn't even reach the gun. She was fumbling to get. Why do you have the gun holster that is above the fucking knee? Who do you think you are? Why do you have the gun down by your knee up under the jacket? Why wasn't that thing on the hip? Why did you come with a fucking voice recorder and not a gun in your hand? This is Tommy fucking Egan. Tommy fucking Egan. Tommy fucking Egan. She couldn't even get, she said, "You're under arrest, Tommy." And then caught one in the chest. All the time. We seen her on a stakeout in the fucking van, that big ass vest on that was this high up off her shoulders. She ain't got no vest on, no nothing. She just out here butt booty naked, no backup. Just was crying to DeFranco, but we don't even know that part of the story. All we know is Tommy showed up. This motherfucker was limping. He said, "You know what? I ain't losing another fight." And I don't blame Tommy for this. Because the first time you get whooped on, it's like, all right, cool. But I ain't letting that happen again. She said, "You're under arrest." Tommy pulled that motherfucker out and just bow. Bow. Two of them. Shout out to Kobe 504 boys. You know, we the 504 boys, huh? What? We the 504 boys. Thank you for that $1.99, Kobe. Stacy was super goofy. I was watching this, and as soon as Tommy shot her, me and Kendall were watching. I was like, that was stupid. That was the dumbest way to die. You remember they used to have 1,000 ways to die. They came on like Comedy Central or something. This is one of those ways. You showed up talking about you could release the tape, Tommy. I don't even care. And then you get popped. Halt. Who goes there? You're under arrest, mister. What was you going to do? Pull the gun out? You was going to strong arm Tommy? You was going to have the gun out, turn Tommy around with the gun and arrest him with one hand? What was you going to do by yourself out there? You thought Tommy was just going to turn around? Oh, shit, you got me, copper. When this nigga's been dead for 4 seasons, this nigga's been dead since 2019. You think he's about to just turn around and give up after he done killed Claudia, after he done pulled up on you and gave you that money, after he's been beefing with Miguel and the Marquez cartel? You think Tommy's just about to, oh, fuck, you know what? You got me. You know, it was a good game of cat and mouse, but you finally caught me. Damn you, Stacy Marks. Damn. You know what? You got me, Stacy. You stupid motherfucker. You got me. I knew this day would come, Stacy. I knew this day would. I knew. I knew you was gonna get me. I was just telling myself the other day, this bitch Stacy gonna get me one of these days, man. This motherfucker gonna get me, man. You got me. That's a good one. That's a good one. I still got 3 more episodes, but you got me early. You got me early. I ain't got no gun on me. You got me. You got me, Stacy. You got me. You got me. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I'm not resisting. You got me. You got me. Yeah, you got me. What did she think? Tommy was just gonna turn around, get on the ground, assume the position, and she just arrest this nigga? You just gonna take Tommy into jail. That's what you just came out here. You thought Tommy was about to just turn around, get on the ground, place his arms behind his back. You was gonna take this nigga to jail. And you was gonna get on the news and say, yeah, I took $1.5 million from Tommy Egan. I let Claudia Flynn die, and you was gonna run for mayor. That's what you thought. You thought you were just gonna go out there on the ground, Tommy. I'm taking you in. And you're just gonna be the mayor next week. There's no way Stacy Marks thought that this was gonna work. All right, Tommy, I'm bringing you in, mister. Man, Tommy don't give a fuck about that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That's Tommy's story. He done took Stacy Marks out the motherfucking game, man. He done took Stacy Marks out the game.